can I ask you just to tell us why you volunteered to be a mentor?
Right. Okay. Well, I've known Charles from, is it 40 years? That's quite scary, isn't it? Since I was a student with him at King Alfred's College in Winchester, which is now Winchester University. And he put a call out for people to mentor. I have been doing a little bit of work with him on the Global Entrepreneurship Week, which is how we've sort of got a bit of a business relationship going. So I do some proofreading for the annual brochure, which I've really enjoyed. And yes, so I just sort of responded to his request and thought maybe I can do something. It's quite interesting because I'm based in Devon, and obviously the ladies are up in Hull, so it's quite a distance. But of course, with everything being virtual and online, it works okay. It doesn't really matter where you are in the country. So yeah, so that's how it started really. So I met Alex and Nicole, and we've sort of taken it from there, haven't we?
And how has it been?
Yeah, it's been a really sort of interesting process, and we've still got lots to do, I think, but it's been great supporting them, and I've got a lot of time for what they're doing, and I think they're very irrepressible and full of energy, and it's great to encourage people that want to do it rather than feel like you're dragging someone along. And yeah, they're very good at asking, and hopefully I can give them answers most of the time. So yeah, it's been really good, and I did get a little award for my efforts too, which was an unexpected bonus. So we both got awards, didn't we, at the award ceremony?
That was a lovely evening. And
Yeah,
Alex, how did you feel when you first met Sue? And
Sue very much put me straight at ease. I think we do try our best to communicate well, even though I'm not really technically minded. Sometimes, my emails are more like texts, as if she's my best friend, 1,000 kisses on the end, but it works. And I try my best. But yeah, no, I feel really comfortable speaking to Sue, and she understands mine and Nicole's flaws now as well. So when we do struggle or we do send something with like a spelling mistake and stuff, we feel like she doesn't judge. We're on a human, we're the same.
You, if you remember, you once sent me some kisses by mistake, didn't you? Accidentally in a text.
I'm full of love. I've got a lot to give.
Vaguely inappropriate, but anyway, we passed over that.
I think Nicole, kisses back now as well, of course. So.
How has it been for you, Nicole?
Yeah, the same really. Obviously, being a partnership, we discuss everything first, and then generally, yeah, Alex does the texting.
How has the partnership worked for you? I mean, clearly you are a partnership. You've been friends for forever, haven't you?
10 years, is it 10 years? Yeah.
Yeah, over 10 years, but 10 years of good memories and ones that we don't always remember. But yeah, our partnership, well, from a friendship to a partnership, it's just blossomed. We laugh at everything, and we take everything, the positives and the negatives on board. And we go through the good times and the bad times, really. So if there's a setback, we make a bigger comeback as a team.
And do you think that's important, Sue, that clearly they're supporting each other, and particularly at this time that everyone needs as much support as they can get?
Yeah, definitely. There's strength in numbers, really, isn't there? And I think as there's the two of them, we have had it that Nicole couldn't make it, so I've spoken to Alex, and I haven't had it the other way around yet, but maybe that will happen. But it's I think that the fact that they've got each other to talk to and to explore ideas with, and to sort of have two opinions coming into me as well sometimes has been really fruitful.
So what sort of things have you discussed without giving away trade secrets?
Well, first of all, we've discovered that we all want to go to brunch, including alcohol. But no, besides putting friendship aside amongst the three of us, I think we've discussed, you know, parts of our business that's important, like Sue has proofread a lot of our policy, give us guidance, made sure it looks structured, you know, rather than me writing it as a text message to everybody. And she gives us that little edge and that push to make us stand out and look more professional.
Like Alex says, the proofreading is very helpful because none of us can spell. Just the business side of it, the professionalism, like we try, but like she says, we're just two young lasses from school. Like we still think we're 15 half the time, and we need that other person to be like, oh, actually, hang on a minute, rein it back in.
Yeah, and I guess that's what mentoring's about, isn't it? Because I'm not young, and but I have an awful lot of experience, and I run my own business, and I have done for donkey's years, and so I sort of know some of the pitfalls. And I think what's important is that I'm not sort of pushing them along. They're doing the work themselves. I'm just there as a sounding board and to help out. We did grant applications together, didn't we? And it's just me knowing the sorts of things that they might want to include and to give them a bigger picture of what to think about. So I think that's worked really well.
And at this time particularly, it must be important to make sure that you're dividing your time properly between your business and your personal life as well, home life. And I've always found that as a self-employed person quite a difficult thing to do, because you're always in the office if you're working from home.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's slightly different for me because I have worked from home. That's been most of my working life since I went self-employed. And I will say it's probably before you guys were born in 1992. I started out on the self-employed trail. So I'm used to it. And of course, you know, it has its downsides, but it also has a lot of pluses with flexibility, particularly for me bringing up my children who are now at university. But, you know, there was the ability to be there, which as Alex and Nicole knows, you know, it's sometimes they get in the way a bit, but we do manage, don't we, with our conversations with the kids around. And
sometimes it's short and sweet, but
it's all very natural, and I like that. You know, I think it's fairly normal. It's a much more normal way of working than it used to be. It's like my dog barking. Whose dog is that?
Thank you. Yes.
I think people are more relaxed about that. So, but yeah, you're right. I mean, working at home, I think at the moment I get out for less meetings, although Alex and Nicole get out. You do actually go out to work, so it's a bit different. But I do miss that sort of one-to-one, you know, face-to-face meeting opportunities.
How often, I mean, from a practical point of view, how often do you meet, or is it just when you need to? How does that work?
I think it's when we need to, isn't it? It's when there's something that we need to talk about, and we're looking at Facebook at the moment and advertising, which we haven't sorted out yet, have we? We've got to work out that. And I've actually got somebody else on board from Devon who's going to help out with you know, suggesting the best ways to advertise, which is really helpful, because it's quite, you know, Facebook, for example, is quite a difficult platform now because it changes all the time. So I've brought a specialist on board, so she's doing a mini mentor. But yeah, so we don't have a formal arrangement about meeting. We do, you know, often I get emails from Alex saying, help.
Help me. It's mainly when we have loads of ideas in the pipeline. Between me and Nicole, we're back and forth constantly thinking about what about this, what about that. You know, it doesn't stop, and you're right, we don't generally switch off. So it is quite difficult to find a happy medium really between like family life and, you know, being a blush babe. It's difficult. But you know, it works. We're trying our best, and yeah, we often scream at Sue saying, help, ring us, contact me.
And that's okay, isn't it? As well as giving practical general advice, you're there to do a bit of firefighting if necessarily.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that that works well, and I quite enjoy that aspect of it, of just sort of being able to use my knowledge and experience just to say, don't panic, you know, that we'll do this and have a think about that, and then it gets sorted out. So yeah, that's been a really good thing to happen.
And what do you, sparing their blushes, what do you see as the future for these two young women?
Well, I reckon the opportunities there for them to expand. I mean, we're talking about it, aren't we? And it's early days, but you know, that I think they've got the basis of a really good business, and a lot of people are going to want them. And the pandemic has affected that, no doubt about it. You know, and people are being a bit nervous, aren't they, about having people in the house. There's all sorts of things, but that will ease up, and they're in a good position by doing the groundwork now for really pushing forward as things ease up.
Are you confident, Alex, Nicole? Are you confident about the future? How has it been up to now? I mean, clearly it can't have been easy.
No, it's never easy. It's never easy with kids, are there? Like you know, we've both got little ones. But business has been good. The only time we really struggled was when the school shut again. So it's then the balance between homeschooling and all that other stuff. But the future's bright and high shined, polished to perfection.
I'll never put down a duster, believe you and me, Graham. You know what I'm like. Yeah, we're really excited for the future. We have got, like, obviously, even for you guys in the M34C, we have got our 5-year business plan on paper. We're definitely working towards that. I mean, looking to expand is something that we are highly interested in, and we're really excited. We just don't want to rush it and fall at the first hurdle. We want to get this right, and obviously with the help and guidance from Sue as well, I think, you know, eventually our team will be stronger than ever.